Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us on the program. We're gradually moving to the home stretch of the program right now. But the panel on the program tonight, Senator Dino Melaye, now of the PDP, Honorable Cletus Obun, APC chieftain, and a lawyer, Mr. Daniel Bwala, talking to us, giving us some insight into the legality of what we're talking about. Quickly, let me ask you this, Mr. Bwala. Is regarding the removal of Mr. Lawadora, the DSS, the former DSS DG, with all we've seen and what is happening and the stories we're hearing, what are your thoughts about his removal and the incident?
The removal of the DG of DSS, no doubt, was reached hastily, without observance of the due process of law and the rules, the laid down rules for the discipline of service chiefs. You recall when Mr. Oke was, when money was found in his residence, he was first suspended. Then a panel of former service chiefs from that intelligence community was set up that investigated and arrived at a conclusion. In the case of Daura, that did not happen. Secondly, the Daura's appointment is a prerogative of the substantive president, and therefore the acting president cannot sack him, because if you look at the combined effect of Section 145 of the Constitution, Section 2, Sub 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the National Securities Act, and Section 9 of the Official Secret Act, the president has the prerogative. The question to ask is, well, is the president so sick that he cannot return and decide? Remember,
but I mean, the issue will be, a lot of people have praised what the acting president did. And one would think, because of what the law said, has said, that the powers of the president transmitted into the acting president, transmitted to the National Assembly in a written letter. Are you saying that the acting president does not have the capacity to do so in the absence of the president?
The powers of the acting president to act in the capacity of the president can be exercised insofar as the exercise of those powers cannot be prejudicial to the prerogatives of the substantive president. Remember, the position of the Director General of DSS is not subject to confirmation by the Senate. Secondly, the same police were there that day, but he was punished and the Inspector General of Police was not. Evidence from the pictures and from the testimony of people suggests police were there. A week before this incident, police blocked the House of Assembly in Benue. Is that a less democratic society than the one that is here? So this is feeding into the narrative that the act of the acting president is considered as a vendetta, where he selected somebody he wanted to deal with. What is the big deal in suspending in worst case scenario and wait for the president to come? Then you make your recommendation for his dismissal. In this case,
those are very strong positions that you're interpreting there, Mr. Bwala. But let me, because we need to close the program, let me allow Senator Melaye and Honorable Cletus Obun to give us their final positions on some of the subjects that we've treated tonight on the program. And let me begin with Honorable Cletus Obun. Honorable Obun, as we close the program, just in about 40 seconds or so, what are your thoughts in the coming days on what you see between the relationship between the executive and the legislature?
Well, let me say that the executive gyrations, as presently being remonstrated and demonstrated, are nothing but a foreboding of what is to come, that Nigerian democracy is blossoming and we are coming to be. I disagree completely with the lawyer. The concept of an acting president is a matter of solipsism. That is to say that the president is a president, whether acting, demonstrating, or presiding. The president and the powers of the acting president are the same with the powers of the president. Each time a matter comes up that is parliamentary, so much ignorance is arrogantly displayed by the general public, especially from the legal profession.
All right.
I want to say that the acting president acted perfectly well. As far as I'm concerned, the issue of people and numbers in the National Assembly is a prerogative of the Senate, and the senators have to sort out themselves.
Okay, let's close the program now. And I will allow Senator Dino Melaye to give us his final words. But I will ask you, there are words that Senator Akpabio's seat will be declared vacant. Is that true? Is that what the plans are from your side? Quickly, in just about 30 seconds, so we can close.
Anyway, I want to start by saying that my very good brother and friend, Dan, just said that the seat of the DJSS is not open to confirmation of the Senate. I want to say the Senate didn't sack him, but the president in acting capacity is just adjectival. Acting there is just an adjectival word. He has full capacity as president. And my final word would be that I want to tell my brother from Cross River here that he's mistaking the parliament for a monarchical or cultural organization as presented by the national chairman of APC. And I want to say that Saraki is Senate president for 4 years, and there's no cause for alarm.
We have to close. I'm afraid we're out of time. But I must sincerely thank my guest and panel tonight, Mr. Daniel Bwala, a lawyer talking to us from the United Kingdom, Senator Dino Melaye, member of the National Assembly of the PDP in Kogi State, and also Honorable Clutches of a former lawmaker and an APC chieftain. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time. That's our show for today, everyone. That's how far we can go. Thank you for watching. I'm Sean Kimale. Bye-bye.